Good morning, Senators. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm John Elford. I'm the senior pastor of University United Methodist Church here in Austin, and I have a long-term interest in issues of justice, and I'm speaking on behalf of Texas Impact, who organized a visit in June to the Hughes unit. We spent the day with Warden Smith. We toured the facility. We found out about the daily routine of inmates and the programs available, and we actually visited a cell in the ADSEG unit. So I walked into that 6 by 9 foot cell. I don't know if you have ever done that, and tried to imagine what it would be like to spend 23 hours of a day in that place. How do you rest in an environment where there is light all the time and lots of noise? How do you not lose your sense of time and space, your sense of self and your humanity? The roots of solitary confinement, oddly enough, go back and have religious roots. The Walnut Street Jail was built in Philadelphia in the 1770s by Quakers. And solitary cells were used in those early prisons to reform what were horrible conditions in the jails at that time. And the theory was that solitude, time in prayer and time with the Bible, would actually bring penitence. And that's where we get our modern word penitentiary from. The practice didn't work. Many of the inmates went insane. They committed suicide, and so it was abandoned for over 100 years until the 1980s and the advent of what Senator Hinojosa referred to as the supermax prisons, which were designed not to rehabilitate prisoners as the early Quaker model, but to break prisoners of disobedience or dangerous behavior. The staff at the Hughes unit assured us that these inmates are not truly isolated, that they have contact with other people. But it was obvious to all of us on our visit that because of the way the structure in that wing was set up, you could not see other people and you really didn't have contact with other people. When we visited, there was one man who was out in one of the open areas sitting at a picnic table, and when we went in there, and I assume he was doing his 1 hour stretch outside the cell, when we came into that wing, he launched himself off the picnic table right toward the bars, just watching our every move, yearning for some kind of contact. And when we left, I waved to him. I guess just my pastoral instinct kicked in, and he waved back. And I said, "Take care." And he said, "You too." And it's a scene that just kind of haunts me, because as a citizen of the state, I realize I have helped create this system. Now, I understand that there has to be a place to segregate some prisoners for some time. But the way that we practice ADSEG today, I think, is difficult to justify on any grounds, on moral grounds, spiritual, theological, financial, or humanitarian grounds. We are outliers in the United States on solitary confinement. No other nation on earth practices it to the extent that we do and the way that we do in any Western democracy. And so I hope that your work today will be the beginning of reducing this cruel practice and creating a more just and healthy and humane environment for our correctional systems in Texas.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so
Elford.
much.